Hi, folks. So, I believe every one of you must be practicing very hard. It's very important that if you want to learn, then you have to keep practicing. You might find certain issues, but that's okay. That's a part of the learning. Okay. And unless and until you will find issues, you will not be able to get clarity. And those issues can be resolved with more and more practice only. Okay. So, a little revision before I go into deep into annotations. So, in the last session, I talked about basic annotations. I told you that this is the argument that you can use. Okay. The text that you want to place, the location which you want to annotate means the location which you want to mark. Then xy text is will help you the look defining the location of the text where you want to place or where you want to overlay on the plot, and then you can support it with the help of arrows. Okay. Now we go into annotations further. Okay, and we can go into some advanced annotations as well. Now there is a different way of putting arrows, right? What you can do, what has happened here is, in this earlier case, the text is overlaid on the plot, the arrow is somewhere else, and this is the point you want to mark. Suppose I want to place my text within the arrow. Suppose I want to place my text within the arrow. This type of annotation can also be done with the help of the Matplotlib library. Now, how to do it? Let us understand. Now, again, the same x and y values. Okay, same ax dot plot. Then this is different. Uh, I want to now this time what I want to do, I want to place my text inside the arrow and want to direct it onto the desired location. Can be done. What I need to do, so I'm defining a variable b box underscore props equal to dict. That is the function you need to use. Box style. Now there are different box styles. You can see on your right the different type of box styles that you can use. Like for example, in this case, I have used a Raro box style, which is defined here. Okay, so this is the name you have to use, Raro, and this is the extra PAD function that you have to define. So I have said I want a box style Raro PAD point 3. This is the entire function you have to showcase. Face color cyan. Okay, so dictionary function, dict function, box style you have to define. There are different box styles that you can use, and these are the extra attributes or arguments that you can mention with a face color. Okay, so this will introduce a box prop in your plot. I will show you on the Jupyter Facebook how it works. Jupyter notebook, sorry. Then you have to define the location where you want the box to mark on the plot. So 2 5 means x value 2, y value 5. This is where I want to mark my box or mark my arrow. Okay. Then horizontal and vertical both center. And rotation 45. That means you want to rotate your box or arrow by an angle of 45 degrees. Size you have to mention. You can reduce or increase or decrease or increase the size accordingly. And BB box is equal to this is what I have defined above. Okay. The how I want to style my box. Okay, little you might find it little what word I should use, a little difficult code, not difficult, little messy code, but this is how it works. You know, as you will go into some advanced stuff, these things will become very common. What you need to understand how the things are connected. Okay, there's nothing much rocket science, again no rocket science, trust me. So then bb is equal to, so t dot get underscore bb box underscore patch. This is the function that you need to use. Okay, and your bb set box style. So I have, how you want to design your box style. That again you have to can mention as a separate as well. Okay, totally depends how you want to how you want to put the things up. So let us see here how this works in a Jupyter notebook. The same code. This is the exact code what I have just showcased you. Give me some space for more tea. So if you run this command, see this is the plot we have. Now you can see it's tilted to an angle of 45 degree. This is the text which I want to showcase. Direction is the text which I want to overlay. This is the position of my text, x value 1.5 and y value 4. So you can say 1.5 somewhere here, 4 is somewhere here. So this is the point. And rotation 45 degrees, so it is little tilted. If you will not rotate it, you can see what will happen. Okay, let me remove the rotation. So no rotation. Okay, so it depends whether you want to rotate it or not. Otherwise, it will show it like this. Suppose you want to mark this point, you want to push it further, you can variate these accordingly. Let's say suppose I want to do minus 1.5, I can do that. See, okay. So totally depends upon, let's say, minus 0.5. So totally depends upon you how you want to variate your plots. There are different ways of doing that, and you have to try a lot of hand in giving the exact position to your box prop. Okay. Otherwise, this would be, it means you have to try a variety of things to actually gain little experience on this. Now, this time I have not used this extra function. I have removed this function since I've already defined it inside. So I'm really not going it here. So I just removed it. You will find the box size has changed a little. Okay, only because I have removed this extra function, this extra set box style. It is of use only if you want to standardize your styles. If you don't want to standardize, then it is of no use. That's why I have removed it from the code. Okay, so you can vary it as you like. The point is you can. So you have to first define what box style you desire. Okay, base color and all that stuff. Once you have designed that, then you have to tell where you want to showcase your box along with the text. Okay, fine. You want all the alignments to be center, so that's why the text is in the center of the arrow prop. You can see. Okay, so this is again other different type of annotation that you can actually produce. So you can try different. I wish I would really like you people to try your hands using different types of box styles, so that will give you more clarity. Again, there is no standard set or rule which I can give you that what type of um, prop you should use. It totally depends upon what type of data you have, how you want to showcase that data and all that stuff. So you might have to try different things before finalizing your plot. All right, so plotting is all about that. Data visualization is all about that. There is no standard guideline, there is no standard rule. You have to try hundreds of things, and when you try so many things, so many stylings, so many, different kinds of stuff, you come out with something different. Then there is another type. You can annotate with arrow in a different number of forms, right? You can produce different style of arrows, which you can see. You can produce it like this one. You can produce like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Different arrow style options are there. So depends how you want to produce your arrow style. So for every arrow style, the codes are mentioned or the parameters are mentioned. What parameters and what style you have to give in the code. Like for example, I want to go for this one, this type of arrow. So I have to give my style as arc3 and radian, RAD is radian equal to zero point 0.3. So with this, what you need to do in the earlier code, which we have used ax.annotate, all right. So I have to give one more additional argument, which is connection style. So this is the argument you need to give if you want to instead of a straight arrow, you want to introduce some different type of shape or different type of arrow style. So connection style is the argument that you need to give, and then you have to mention these arguments depending what type of arrow you want. So I want this type of arrow. So I mentioned arc3 radian equal to zero point 0.3. So my connection style is equal to arc3 radian equal to zero point 0.3. Rest of the entire code is similar to what we have discussed in the very first annotation. If you do that, if you do that, let me take this code here. Okay, let me take this code here. Yeah. So I'm taking this code here. Okay, so this is the extra argument which I have mentioned. So let's see how this works. All right. And you can see instead of a straight arrow, now earlier my arrow was straight. Okay, but in this case, the shape of my arrow has changed. All right, because I have actually mentioned this argument here. So accordingly, whatever type of arrow style you're actually looking for, you can go for these arguments, and accordingly that type of arrow would be produced. It's very 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 exclusive type of annotations that you want to produce. I'm really putting up some different and great stuff for you people, right? Because I really want you people to try these things. That is the ultimate meaning of data visualization. You have to give a little bit of self study, a little bit of hard work, a little bit of time you need to devote on this, and you can try hundreds of things. You can try different things which I'm showcasing you here. Okay, again, there is no standard rule. You have to try and see which what can give your data a better visualization. So if you want to take the nib of the arrows, then there is another way. There's an arrow style function that we can use. All right, this was more about changing the shape of the arrow. Okay, but this is more about changing the tips. I show you how. So again, the same code I have used, ax.annotate function, the same uh, connection style arc3 radian point 3, same what we have done above, except that there is one additional parameter. I have changed the arrow style. Arrow style means the tip of the arrow I have changed. There are different ways I can produce the tip of an arrow. So arrow style is equal to, now these are different things that you can try. I'm using this one, this third one. Okay, I'm using this third one. One, two, three. This one. I'm using this one. Okay, you can see here my arrow style is equal to. Okay, so one more argument added, and if I do this, if I take this code and if I take this into my Jupyter notebook. So now this is an extra argument which I'm defining, this arrow style argument. Okay, what type of style I'm really looking for. So if I run this, now you see the tip of the arrow, it's different. You know, in earlier cases it was similar, similar, but here the tip is different because that's the way I want to design my arrow. So in the similar way, there are different ways uh, in which you can actually put up your stylings, and these are the attributes which you can definitely mention. In certain cases you can mention the width and height as well. So again, playing with annotations is just so much fun in the sense that you got to try so many things. Otherwise, most of the things that we have done have fixed parameters only. There is nothing much to try. But annotations are something where you can try hundreds of things, 100 different ways you can put up things, stylings, arrow style, connection styles, box props, and so on. Okay, so I have tried to give you uh, every type of setup to so that you can learn visualizations in altogether a different way. uh, the next session we would be going with something very very exclusive, something very very advanced, which is about image tutorial. So till that time, keep plotting and happy plotting.